It's time for the Delta Force Season 4 operator tier list. Today I'm just going off the cuff, no script. We're just going down the line of all the operators that are available in Delta Force, so starting with D-Wolf and ending with Hacklaw, and we're going to rank them from S to F. Now, as always, this is a very subjective tier list. Yours might vary. I mostly play King of the Hill. Some might play mostly AD. Some might play only operations. So obviously your list will differ wildly from mine. But without further ado, let's get stuck right into the tier list. So starting off with D-Wolf. So D-Wolf, he has some good abilities, like the crouch slide obviously is probably his strongest suit because it gives you a lot more movement, which is really nice. But for the rest of his kit, so he has smokes, which allows you to, like, you know, get some cover when you're pushing through open areas. And then you also have the triple blaster. The triple blaster, honestly, it feels a little bit underpowered. For the most part, people will tend to run away from it. I'm not getting many kills with it, if I'm being completely honest. Maybe some of you do. But as a whole, I think I would probably put D-Wolf at B. I just don't think he's good enough to be able to be put at A. Obviously, the weapon selection for Assault is just awesome, but yeah, crouch slide is probably his biggest advantage, and the rest of his abilities are just kind of middling down the road kind of abilities that, you know, they're okay, but they're not crazy. So Viren, another Assault character, so he has the jump pack, which I absolutely love. Every time you get a kill, it resets, which gives you a lot of movement. It's quite different, obviously, from the crouch slide that D-Wolf has, but overall, I feel like Viren, despite not being able to crouch slide all the time, that jetpack thing that he has just gives you so much movement. You can go in any direction that you want when you actually use the jump pack, and resetting it every time you get a kill is really nice. And then you obviously have the magnetic bomb, which is great at taking care of vehicles, and the crouching tiger really combines well with the magnetic bomb in like CQB maps or when you're pushing objectives that are filled with infantry. So overall, I think Viren is a large step up from D-Wolf. His magnetic bombs feel a little bit underpowered against vehicles. They nerfed them a while back, and it just feels bad to put like 2 C4 on, for example, an IFV, and you're only doing like, I think it's 70 damage if I recall correctly. I think it should be doing closer to like 80, even 90, because it's difficult enough to sneak up on a vehicle for the most part without them noticing, and then you also have to get 2 magnetic bombs off on them. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to put him in S tier. I do think I will put him in A tier. If the magnetic bombs got a slight buff against vehicles, he would definitely go into S tier. I think you should probably be able to destroy like a tank destroyer in 2 magnetic bombs. You can obviously destroy an assault vehicle in 2 magnetic bombs, but the assault vehicle goes so fast that it's even more difficult to get those bombs off on them. Same thing for the assault vehicle, sorry, for the tank destroyer. But overall, Viren, solid operator, probably one of my favorite in the assault category. For Nox, now he is the newest operator with Season 4 of Delta Force, so he is a lot more sneaky, and honestly I think they miscategorized him by putting him in the assault category, albeit it could be argued that he does fit well in the assault category, but I would have seen him much better in the recon category, albeit I do like the weapon selection that he has as opposed to the recon class. But then again, recon did get a few extra weapons here with this newest season, most importantly the K416, which is just insane in terms of TTK. But his ability set is fun to play with. Like in CQB maps, getting those whirlwind disc kills, there's nothing as satisfying as that. I absolutely love it, and his flashbang or stun grenade, whatever you want to call it, is actually really good as opposed to Hacklaw's flash drone thingy. I really enjoy playing Nox. In vehicle maps, he feels a little bit underwhelming because basically has nothing to deal with vehicles except if you take a gadget for it. But the gadgets that allow you to take care of vehicles in the assault class are just meh, in my opinion. And then his silent assault obviously is just so fun to get flanks off with because nobody hears you. And then every time you get a kill while you have that ability active, it cools down your whirlwind disc, which allows you to then, yeah, throw it again sooner. You know what? I think I would probably put Nox at B and maybe put D-Wolf at C. I honestly rather play Nox than D-Wolf, and then Viren is just, I feel like he's good like on pretty much any maps, be it CQB, infantry only maps, or vehicle maps, while Nox is not so great at the vehicle maps in my opinion. Then you have D-Wolf, which I just prefer playing Nox over D-Wolf, so yeah, I would definitely put Nox and B tier. Stinger, it's not complicated. He's an S tier operator. That Surette pistol is so freaking good. You can heal multiple enemies. You can heal one enemy when you're aiming down sight. You can heal yourself with it, and then you have a ton of smokes that allows you to provide cover for your teammates when you're getting revives. He's just all around a great operator. He's probably one of my most played operators because it has so much survivability due to that Surette pistol. And then if you combine the pistol with a med pouch, you can double up the heals, as opposed to, you can't actually like inject yourself twice with the Surette pistol. It won't make your health go up faster, but if you do the Surette plus the med pouch, you are healing even quicker. So yeah, Stinger, even though he's not an assault character, you can play really aggressive with him because of what I just mentioned. And obviously the smoke, it allows you to close the gap if you're using something that's a little bit better in CQB combat. All around a fantastic operator, probably one of my favorites. But I am pretty partial to medic characters in combined arms games like Delta Force and Battlefield 4. I would always play a medic, and even like MMORPGs like World of Warcraft, I'm always playing a healer, so that might be why I enjoy playing Stinger so much. And with his passive that allows you to revive people quicker and at full health, yeah, he's just amazing. Moving on to Toxic, so another support character. So Toxic has the Adrenal Boost, which is really good when you're like large groups of people attacking together. It all gives you a buff in handling, and then her swarm, her insect swarm, or dragonfly swarm, sorry, allows you to really open up a push, because people will, generally speaking, move out of the way from the dragonfly swarm, or they're going to get hit by it and their health will gradually go down, and you might catch them off guard when they're trying to take off the dragonflies that are attached to them. I don't think she's as good as Stinger, unfortunately, but she's still really good when combined with teamwork. Unfortunately, you know, even when you're playing in squads, like with random people in the server, people tend to not really stick together, which is where her power kind of lies. She's still really, really good playing as a solo and doing your own thing, because that buff really gives you an edge up on your enemies if you're both, for example, at the same skill level and you have pretty much the exact same weapon with the same ADS time. If Toxic has the buff, chances are you're probably going to come out on top. All this being said, though, I don't think I would put her at the same tier as Viren. I think I would put her in B tier. And then she has the blinding gas grenade, which, you know, when she throws it, people go through and then they stay blinded for a very brief period after that. I still don't think I would put her on the same tier as Viren, unfortunately. Shepard. So Shepard has, you know, all these paralysis traps that you can set around. You have the sonic paralysis drone. And then you have the grenade. I think he's really good at holding angles and holding like corners and stuff like that. I probably think he would be better in AD than on King of the Hill in all the maps. But on CQB maps, infantry only maps, he's really, really good, because you can put those traps down and then you can launch your sonic paralysis drone behind a wall so it doesn't get destroyed, and then you paralyze so many people on the other side, which really helps out your team. But do I find him fun to play? That's the question. I do enjoy him quite a bit, but in those CQB maps, I'd probably rather be playing like Nox or Stinger if I'm playing support, or Viren or something like that. I think I would still rather play Shepard over D-Wolf in pretty much any map. So I think I'm going to put Shepard on B tier. He's really good at getting a lot of points on those infantry maps, by the way. If you didn't know, like, that sonic paralysis drone is just insane at stacking up XP and boosting your score per minute when you're playing graded to get that maximum merit. So he's really, really good at that. But in terms of like enjoyability for me, I think he's a little bit lower than all the other characters that I put on here so far, except of course D-Wolf. Uluru, S tier character, best character in the game to take care of vehicles. His loitering munition is so freaking fun to use and so satisfying to get kills with. Absolutely love it. You can even chase down choppers with it, which is really, really fun. It can one-shot the little bird, albeit you do have those odd cases where it doesn't for some reason, because maybe you like clip the back of it, but I digress. Loitering munition is just amazing. Then he has those concrete walls that can come up. I think they're concrete, that you can block doorways with, which is awesome, or provide yourself some cover when you're in the middle of nowhere and people are shooting at you. And you have the incendiary grenade that's great at zone control, so it allows you to block off doors or really push people out of cover. Yeah, Uluru is just amazing at obviously taking down vehicles, and he can even be good in infantry maps because of those pieces of cover that he can deploy at any time. And then obviously the incendiary grenade, and hell, you can even use the loitering munition to push people out of cover, you know, take down an enemy sniper that's being pesky for the entirety of a match. So yeah, Uluru definitely an S tier character. Seneva, if Seneva feels like a gimmicky, like the gimmicky operator of the game. So he has this shield, but you know, when you actually put on your EOD set, you can't really do much, albeit they did change him a little bit this season. So you can now use like the flamethrower. You can also use the construction toolkit. You can also repair vehicles when you have the EOD set on. You can even use a rocket launcher. So pretty much all the gadgets that he has access to, you can now use when you have the EOD set like active and on. But man, he is like, at the beginning he was better because people didn't really know how to deal with him when he had his EOD set active on, but now everybody pretty much knows how to counter him. He's slow at turning. You can destroy his shield or his window on his shield pretty easily, and you can also shoot him in the feet. And then when you're actually playing the character and you have the EOD set active, there's so many slow ass animations that for the most part, when you're ziplining somebody, or sorry, grappling hook somebody, if there's another teammate there, chances are you're dead. You're not getting that grappling hook reeled in time for you to shield bash that person. And then you have the shield bash charge. It feels a little short in terms of distance. People can more than likely back up far away enough for you to not be able to shield bash, charge them down, and then give them the second shield bash to take them down. People can just like slightly shuffle to the left or to the right, and they're probably going to dodge your shield bash. Unfortunately, like, yeah, Seneva was, I think it was better when he came out because people didn't know how to deal with him. He's obviously pretty good in infantry maps to do pushes, because then you're going to have teammates in the back that are obviously you know, getting covered by your blast shield. But I really think that he's more of a gimmick than anything else, and he's not all that useful in my opinion. His barbed wire grenade is basically a moot gadget or ability. Yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to put Seneva in F tier. Last time I didn't put any characters in F tier, but Seneva is just like, he's just meh. He's just a really meh character. He doesn't really bring much of anything. He's fun to play every now and then when you get the odd shield bash. It's funny to knock somebody down, but in my opinion it wears off quite a bit in terms of enjoyment before it's just like, okay, I'd rather play any other character than Seneva. Luna, as much as I hate it, she's an S tier character. Those spotting, all the spotting abilities that she has, the volt arrow that can push people out of cover is just insane. Her grenade is really good. Obviously, you have access to also the recon beacon, and you also get a wide variety of weapons that are really, really good. So you have rifles, you have SMGs, you have marksman rifles, you have shotguns, and you have sniper rifles. So you really have the entire really weapon selection to your disposal, with some weapons being taken out of all of those different categories. Just the wall hacking ability is just so powerful. I absolutely hate that it's in the game, but I can't deny that it's a really good ability, which is why I put her in the S tier category. And then finally we have Hackclaw. So Hackclaw, obviously the second recon character in the game. Her ultimate is really good because it draws lines to nearby enemies and you can detect if people are nearby or not. But that's pretty much where her good abilities stop. The data knife is fun to use, but would I call it a good ability? It's not crazy. And then you have her little flash drone, which honestly can be really easily dodged, or you can just shoot at it before it even gets a chance to flash you. But overall, I feel like she's just a pretty middle of the road character. And I'd rather play Luna or Nox, honestly, than Hackclaw. I feel like Nox is a better recon than Hackclaw, even though you don't have anything that can track people or target or spot people through walls. I still feel like Nox is a little bit better, albeit getting kills with the data knife is really, really fun. I unfortunately think I would probably put Hackclaw on the same level as D-Wolf. Both characters are like, I'll play them every now and then, but I'd rather play any other character that I put above them over them. And then Seneva is just like, I never touch Seneva. Even though he's good on infantry maps, a lot of the other characters are as well, and they just offer more versatility, and their ultimates just feel better. So yeah. So overall, this is my operator tier list for season 4 of Delta Force. I've been going on for quite a while here, so I won't take up too much more of your time. There'll be a link in the description down below if you want to go and create your own tier list for season 4 of Delta Force. If not, you can also leave your opinion on which operator should be where in the tier list in the comment section down below. I'd love to start a discussion with all of you about why I'm wrong, where I put the different operators, and where you would put them. But in any case, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.